June 2025. The Middle East is on edge. For the first time in history, Iran and Israel exchanged direct strikes, shaking the region and honestly the world. Long-standing rivalry since the 1979 Iranian Revolution. Iran rejecting Israel, supporting proxies like Hezbollah, Hamas and the Houthis. Proxy battles have played out. Syria raids, Lebanon skirmishes, Red Sea attacks. The trigger? Well, on April 1st, 2024, an Israeli strike hit an Iranian compound in Syria and Iran retaliated. Then, in October 2024, Iran fired a major missile and drone barrage at Israel, known as Operation True Promise 2. On June 13th, Israel launched more than 200 jets under Operation Rising Lion, striking about 100 Iranian sites, nuclear facilities like Natanz and Fordow, military bases and even residences. Iran reported 78 killed, over 329 injured, including IRGC leaders Salami and Bagheri, as well as several scientists. Explosions rocked Tehran, civil areas were hit, the internet went dark, and Starlink was activated. Israel claimed a precise strike with no aircraft losses. That same evening, Iran fired around 150 ballistic missiles and over 100 drones at Israel. Most were intercepted by Iron Dome, with help from the United States, but 3 Israeli civilians were killed and dozens injured, some reports say up to 41. Iran then warned the US, UK and France that Israeli bases and vessels were now at risk. Exchanges continue and, well, global anxiety just keeps growing. Well, it's part of the broader regional tensions driven by the Gaza war, including the October 2023 Hamas attack, Gaza operations, and even Hezbollah's involvement. Still, just to clarify, while these events are certainly adjacent, this is a separate interstate war focusing primarily on Iran's nuclear ambitions, rather than the Israel-Palestine conflict. On the Iranian side, there were around 78 people killed and more than 329 injured. This includes both civilians and military commanders. For Israel, there were 3 civilian deaths, dozens more injured, and, well, a number of buildings were damaged. Regionally, the fallout didn't stop there. Missile debris ended up injuring Palestinians in the West Bank, and the Houthis even launched a missile from Yemen. The human cost and regional consequences have, rippled far beyond the immediate battlefield. Around the world, the shockwaves are immediate. At the United Nations, emergency meetings are called, and world leaders, from the United Kingdom and France to the Pope, urge restraint. Oil prices surge. Shipping lanes like the Strait of Hormuz suddenly seem perilous, and Israeli gas exports grind to a halt. Western nations scramble to shore up air defences in the region, while at home the United Kingdom and France raise their security alerts. The sense of unease is, well, unmistakable. On city streets, peace activists rally in places like London and Paris, demanding arms embargoes and a return to diplomacy. Meanwhile, in the digital shadows, hacktivist groups ramp up cyber assaults on government websites linked to the Israel-Gaza conflict. And behind closed doors, diplomats from the United Kingdom and Saudi Arabia engage Iran in urgent talks, as the United States quietly works to ease tensions. The struggle, it seems, is being waged on every front. So what's next? The most likely scenario is a drawn-out conflict centered on nuclear sites, with regional proxies holding back for now. But the risk of escalation looms large. Strikes on American or British targets, blockaded oil routes, perhaps even the activation of a proxy network reminiscent of Haftar's playbook. Could de-escalation be possible? Maybe, if United Nations and Saudi mediation efforts are backed by sustained international pressure. What started as a strike to halt Iran's nuclear ambitions has spiraled into a perilous confrontation between nations. The casualty count rises, anxiety spreads, and the world, honestly, holds its breath. Will diplomacy win out? Or will the flames consume the region? This isn't just a Middle Eastern conflict, it's a global test. So stay informed, stay engaged. The world is watching, and perhaps your voice matters now more than ever.